Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we have a custody battle going on over cryptocurrency, and it's happening between the CFTC, the Commodities Futures Trading Commission of the United States, and the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC of the United States. Fight! We need to figure out which one of them is going to come out on top, because right now, both chairmen of the CFTC and chairmen of the SEC are arguing over which one should have jurisdiction over cryptocurrency. And believe me, this is actually very important, because the way that the CFTC approaches crypto is very different than the way that the SEC approaches crypto. So whatever happens here is going to have a big impact on the way that Bitcoin and crypto is regulated moving into the next decade. So without much further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. SEC has no authority over crypto, CFTC commissioner argues. Former CFTC chair Christopher argued that the CFTC is the only U.S. regulatory agency that has experience regulating markets for Bitcoin and crypto. This comes after a comment made by the Securities and Exchange Chairman Gary Gensler yesterday, saying that he believes that the vast majority of ICOs are actually securities and need to be regulated under U.S. securities law. This is a very, very important topic, because depending on how this market is regulated is going to determine what the future price action of our favorite projects is like. So in this article, we can see right here, amid the United States SEC and SEC commissioner expanding the scope of the oversight of the cryptocurrency industry, a commissioner with the CFTC argued that crypto regulation doesn't fall under the SEC's jurisdiction. CFTC Commissioner Bryan took to Twitter on Wednesday to declare that the cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum also should be regulated by the CFTC rather than the SEC. I've actually got to agree with him here. It has come out, and we have had confirmation for a couple of years now that Bitcoin and Ethereum are not securities. The Securities and Exchange Commission themselves said that, so I totally agree with him. He stated this: just so we're all clear, the SEC has no authority over pure commodities or their trading venues, whether these commodities are wheat, gold, oil, or crypto assets. So the question on the table is, are cryptocurrencies securities or commodities? They're definitely assets, meaning there's something that you can invest in and hold value on into the future. A commodity, however, is something that is not so much attributed to something like a company or an organization where it shares value, where it shares partial ownership of something. It is instead it's an asset class where it represents some kind of intrinsic value, such as the store of value property of Bitcoin. His remarks came just about half an hour after former CFTC chair Christopher made a similar statement on Twitter, arguing that the CFTC is the only U.S. regulatory agency that has experience regulating markets for Bitcoin and crypto. If the Biden administration is serious about sensible crypto regulation, it needs to nominate a CFTC chairman. Only U.S. regulatory agency, only one U.S. regulatory agency has experience regulating markets for Bitcoin and crypto, and it's not the SEC. It is the CFTC. If the Biden administration is serious and sensible, then cryptocurrency regulation needs to be done by the CFTC. The U.S. House Committee on Agriculture, and the reason that they're coming up in this is because the vast majority of products that are created through agriculture, grain, corn, wheat, all of that, are considered commodities, and they can be traded on futures markets. That's why the CFTC and the Committee on Agriculture are discussing this here. A standing committee in the U.S. House of Representatives subsequently supported that statement. The committee's official Twitter account argued that crypto is bigger than the SEC and that Congress needs to write the rules of the road to protect investors and innovation in the digital economy. The new statement apparently comes in response to recent remarks by SEC Chair Gary Gensler calling for increased regulatory oversight of the crypto industry by the Securities and Exchange Commission. So, what is this and why is this important? Really, it comes down to what is a security and what is not a security. I am of the opinion, and in fact the SEC is too, that Bitcoin and Ethereum are not securities, which would actually make them something more like a commodity, such as corn or grain or oil or gas or something like that. However, ICOs, definitely there is a strong argument to be made that certain ICOs, it's got to be done on a case-by-case basis, but that certain ICOs could be considered securities. So I don't actually know which one of these agencies is right, because we don't have any clarity on what cryptocurrencies are. This is what we're talking about when we say that there is no regulatory clarity in cryptocurrency right now. It is incredibly difficult for us to ascertain what is going to be regulated and how is it going to be taxed in crypto when we don't even have clear definitions of how all of this is actually going to be categorized. I think that we're going to see continued assaults on each other from the CFTC and the SEC over the next year or so, vying for power power and jurisdiction. They are both governmental organizations, and naturally, governmental organizations tend to do one thing, and that is try and expand their reach. So I don't think this is going to be the end of this debate between the CFTC and the SEC. I think the U.S. Congress is going to have to step in and help to set precedent here, because there is no precedent right now. Cryptocurrencies are so new, and the government doesn't know how to regulate them. But I will say this. The CFTC does have more experience working in crypto markets as a result of the CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, futures contracts that launched several years ago. The CFTC seems to be relatively friendly towards Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, whereas the SEC very much might not be, because being in breach of securities law is a very big deal, and they take it very seriously, and it definitely might end up being a very bad thing. I would prefer to have all of crypto under the CFTC's oversight, not the SEC's, but that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you think in the comment section down below. Is mommy or daddy going to be getting custody of Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market? I want to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to smash that like button. And also consider signing up for the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. The link for that is in the description box down below. It is our mission here to help you take back control of your destiny from those that stole it from you. You know who stole it from you? The education systems that's broken, and the traditional financial systems that are completely broken. We're trying to reinvent education, and we're also trying to help you understand how crypto reinvents finance so that you can make a life for yourself. If you want to learn technical analysis, check the link in the description box down below. Make sure to follow us on our socials at CryptoJeb over on Instagram and Twitter, and at CryptoJebOfficial over on TikTok. But before I go, though, guys, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.